12 principles. I call them universal principles of customer experience design, but it doesn't mean they have to be applied universally.
Okay.
And I talk about this in the book, and this is a very important takeaway because you could look, there are some companies that are out there that are renowned for their customer experience, yet are not effortless to work with.
Right.
You look, for example, at an Aldi grocery store,
Right.
highly rated by their customers,
right.
but not effortless. You got to bag your own groceries. To get a shopping cart, you got to get a quarter, put it in to get the cart out, and then return the cart to get your quarter back. So, you look at a company like that, or a company like IKEA, where if I just want to buy a light bulb, I got to snake through the entire store to get to the shelves to pick up my light bulb. That's not effortless. But what those companies are doing is they are doubling down on other elements of the 12 principles. And so they make a conscious decision that we're not going to be known for being effortless, but we're going to be known for something else. And that's an important point, because I don't want anybody to walk away thinking, well, gee, we've got to nail all 12. That's not necessarily the case.
Got it. Let's talk about emotions as well. You talked about MailChimp's Freddy High Five as something that stirs emotion. Most of my listeners and viewers are familiar with MailChimp as an email marketing service. But tell me about the Freddy High Five story.
Yeah. So you lead a business yourself, and so maybe and your listeners
we use
probably
MailChimp, by the way.
What was that?
We use MailChimp.
Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. So anybody that is a small to medium-sized business owner, when you're doing email marketing, you're familiar with all of the anxiety before you hit the send button, right? Because you've checked over that email, you've checked the links carefully. Like, all you're thinking is, oh my gosh, is there a spelling error? Is there a grammar error? Is there a link that's broken? And when you finally hit that send button, there is some sense of accomplishment. Like, all right, the missiles are flying. It's out there now.
Yep.
And there was a guy at MailChimp who used to work in a small business, and then he was hired by MailChimp, and he was one of their software designers. And he said that whenever, in his former role, whenever he sent out an email marketing campaign, he always felt like somebody should, after he sent it, he felt like somebody should come in and pat him on the back, like just give him sort of like, good job, nicely done.
Right.
And he realized, he thought, why don't we do that for our customers? Because that's probably what they're feeling. And so that was the genesis of the Freddy High Five. Freddy is MailChimp's mascot. He's a monkey, I guess. And so, when for many years, they actually just recently changed this, but for many years, the way it worked was when you sent an email from MailChimp, Freddy appeared on the screen and he put his hand out like this to you and gave you a high five. And this kind of went viral. Like, people started on social media sharing pictures and videos of themselves high-fiving their screen and high-fiving Freddy. But the guy that designed it, he acknowledged in interviews, this serves no functional purpose.
Right.
None at all. But it fits in with the principle about stirring emotion, because one way to make the experience not only better in the moment, but also more memorable, is to use emotion as a memory cue. And by celebrating wins with your customers, milestones, accomplishments, in essence, by cultivating a sense of positive emotions that they might already be feeling and priming them for that, what you're really doing is infusing the experience with a degree of emotion that helps to make it more positive and more memorable. And that's why it works. And it was a great addition for them.
And you don't think that that's like corny or goofy or anything like that, or is that just like, listen, people like that stuff?
Well, I think there's probably a certain segment of people out there that look at it and say it's corny and don't care about it and would never think to share a picture of themselves high-fiving their screen with Freddy. But, there's definitely an entire segment out there that clearly it resonates with because they liked it. They took pictures of themselves with it. Here again, kind of old adage, you can't please everybody all the time. You just want to make sure that you're engineering an experience that certainly doesn't make anybody run for the hills.
Right.
But, nobody's going to like look at the Freddy High Five and say, whoa, I am never doing business with MailChimp again. I mean, they'll just kind of ignore it. They'll sort of view it as, that's peculiar, but whatever. But for some people, yeah, it's just that little added something that makes them feel good about what they just did with MailChimp.